Daggermouth by HM Wolfe. Can we please talk about this book? I was up until 1 a.m. last night finishing it. I pretty much could not put this book down from the 70% mark until I finished the book, but really the whole book was unputdownable. You are hooked from the first page and just the POV that you're dropped in and just what the situation is. The tone is set from the get-go, and it had its claws in me. I cried, I swooned, I was in disbelief, I gasped. Daggermouth was a breath of fresh air lately in my romantasy types of stories and things that I've been reading, and I want to read more of this kind of book. If I was going to write a dystopian romance, I would want to write it like this book. That would be my goal. It was like crack. I couldn't stop. The scoop on this book is Daggermouth was indie published at the end of last year, so 2025, has been picked up for traditional publishing as well as the sequel book. It is a planned duology, and both books will be released this year in 2026. This is a dystopian, true enemies to lovers romance, and it features MCs that are in their 30s, which I absolutely love as a 40-year-old woman. Give me more characters that are in midlife, please. It is graphic, it is violent, it is a mirror to the times. It was very unsettling how a lot of the tensions and conflicts in this book are in exact parallel to things that are going on, especially in this country, the United States. And despite how graphic and violent it was never outlandish, and it never felt like it was hard to believe, because if you look at history and different civilizations, a lot of the things and rituals and beliefs depicted in this book are reflections of human history. I mentioned that this book was graphic and violent. There is a heavy theme of domestic violence in this book. If you have been hearing about Daggermouth and you're wondering if you should read it, just be aware that there is a lot of sexual assault type of stuff. There's a large amount of domestic violence in this story, and there's just a lot of trauma around that. So just be fair warned. If you're wanting something that doesn't feel safe, that still has that romance, that's still hot, for lack of a better word, that's not shying away from very big geopolitical and societal themes, this is going to be your book. I personally cannot wait for the second book to come out. I read this on Kindle Unlimited, so you can get it on Kindle Unlimited. I love this. Everyone that said read this book, I'm glad I read this book, because it was exactly what I was just craving in this kind of story. It was definitely one of those books. I finished it and I was just like upset, all in my feelings, feeling a million different things, because on one hand you feel very relieved in some ways, you feel absolutely destroyed in other ways, you feel shocked, you're just feeling all the things. So just, go stare at a wall for 10 business days and you'll be you'll be fine, and then read something else. So I hope this review of Daggermouth by HM Wolfe offered some kind of value to you, let you know a little bit about what to expect, and hopefully you go and pick it up. I am going to be supporting this author. I love her.